Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, our orchestra will be premiering the Beethoven Second Symphony, Third Movement Scherzo and Trio Feature. Now, this musical piece features not necessarily a unique musical feature, but definitely a distinct one that is known as binary form. To be specific, this movement includes at least one occurrence of what we call a continuous rounded binary. What that means is the first part of the movement, and we can kind of compare this movement, this musical piece to like a journey to a faraway land. Imagine a mystical journey. And so as we start the piece, we start at home on our journey in an area and territory that we're familiar with. And gradually, as we gather our companions and we leave our home, we head out and we're in our surroundings that we know. It's not necessarily our home, but we're familiar with them. And we know where we are, and gradually we're working away from what we know. And then this section will repeat, and this is called the first reprise. And at the end of the first reprise, we'll have a cadence. And as that cadence moves into the next section, we've now entered the second part of our journey, which is the unknown territory and the perilous dangers that await us there. The music here takes, in this case, a sort of darker, more mysterious kind of feeling and approach. And eventually that works its way back towards what we're familiar with, and we call that the return. And so as this return ends, it pushes up into a huge climax of the music, and it drops into the trio feature of the movement. And from here, we've just accomplished our goal of this journey, and from here on out, it's now all the way downhill. We're returning back home. There's no more struggle, and it can only get better and more comfortable from here. So the trio feature comes down. It's very quiet, very calm, and it displays some features that are similar to the first binary, but at the same time they're also different as we work our way back towards our homeland. And then finally, you get the last section of the scherzo that comes back to where we know. We're back in our familiar territory, our neighborhood, per se. We're not quite home yet, but we've heard this material before. We're familiar with it, and we've made the full circle. Our journey's done. We've made it home, and now at the end of the piece, it reaches its final cadential feature, and we've officially returned home. This piece, like I said, contains a couple examples of binary, and to get more specific, the continuous rounded means that the first reprise is going to end in a different kind of harmonic feature than it started. And that also makes it easier to go on to what we call the digression, which is the second part, when we reach that unfamiliar territory. And once the digression ends, there's only one thing that can end a digression, and that's a return back to what we know and what we're familiar with. And so that's how the piece concludes. So thank you. I hope you enjoy the music as much as I did. It's a very lovely piece, and good afternoon.